So I ran an experiment the other day. Um, I saw a video about edging YouTube. Right? Basically, you have a video that's scheduled to be released within the next 30 or minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, and you just keep pushing back that schedule, and allegedly this increases the impressions, and eventually this can push it to be viral. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. So I tried it with 4 videos simultaneously, and none of them actually got any impressions until they were actually published. So, yeah. 2 of them were videos that I already had, so I was just curious if you could take a video that was already on and then do this to increase impressions. And then the other 2 I just uploaded. One was just a sample on an audio test just to check that my equipment was working, that I had on file. And I thought maybe that one would do the best because it's so short that people would click on it or it would get watched, and because it's so short, people would have to watch. Like, by the time you react to it, it's over. By the time you know what's happening, it's already happened. So, like, you can't stop it and go to something else because it's already done. So I thought maybe that one would do something interesting. Not really. And then that meditation one where basically I just turned on the camera and just sat there for 11 minutes. And the few minutes of that, I'm actually, like, meditating. Staring directly into the camera. Because I thought that would be the creepiest possible thing. That I could do. Yeah. So, yeah. And my goal there, anybody who has actually watched my fucking videos knows this about me. My goal is not actually to develop a following. I don't want a following. I'm not here to build a fucking cult, right? I've had... I have accidentally been a cult leader before, and I don't need the FBI coming to talk to me anymore. We're good. We're good. We're good, Fubby. We're good. Fucking Christ. So, yeah, no, I was just curious about that. Yeah, in other news. Jesus fucking Christ. So, like, right now, like, all of the English-speaking news sources are claiming that Russia is threatening nuclear war. That's not true. Did you actually listen to what Putin said? What Putin actually said, and you could go back and listen to the fucking thing, to his speech. What he said is that Russia will defend itself from invasion. The only way for that to be construed as a threat of nuclear conflict is if NATO is actually intending to invade Russia. If that's NATO's goal, then yeah, that's a threat of nuclear war. But there's no other way that can be construed as a threat of nuclear war, which means NATO just revealed its hand. That's where we know this is going, and we know who's pushing it there now. If you pay attention, this is how gaslighting operates. This is how it works, right? When you're dealing with somebody like a grandiose narcissist, and they're gaslighting you, this is what they do, right? They project like crazy that the other guy is the bad guy, and that doesn't mean that the other guy's good, right? I'm not saying that, but what they'll project their own intentions, their own desires and goals onto the other person, and build up a community of supporters. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happened. And now, they just revealed their hand. That their goal, through this misstep, in describing the situation, right? Because Putin's speech is publicly available. You can just look at it. You can just look it up and see what he said. He did not threaten anything. Right? So that's the problem. That's the problem. How the fuck is this a threat? It isn't. Unto itself, it's not. The only way it's a threat is if there are ulterior motives on behalf of NATO, very specific ones. So, damn. So I'm working towards, fucking Christ. One of the things that I'm going to be working on is, doing as much as I can to make my farm resistant to radioactive dust, because fuck. One of the big players just announced what it's going to do. And I would rather be wrong about this, but I don't think I am. I think that is actually what they're intending. This is why I'm saying it. Because what the fuck? What the fuck? And it's not like there's no diversity in the coverage of this. Everyone is saying it, even though, like, even fucking places where they're showing what Putin said, where they're showing the speech, and that's all they're showing. It's just a copy of the speech, the title and all of the comments and everything. It's all about how Putin is threatening nuclear war. If you actually listen to the speech, that is not what happened at all. Okay. I'm not a fan of Putin. He's not a good dude. His regime is not a good regime. There's a lot of problems with there's a lot of problems with this situation on the Russian side. Yes, I agree. But for fuck's sake, what are we doing? What the fuck? So if this video gets taken down, I'm not taking it down. You can look at my videos. You can see how I behave. I don't take shit down myself. So, yeah. My view is the best way to express integrity, to exhibit integrity. What integrity means is, like, you keep up anything that you post publicly where you were wrong, you keep it up. You keep it up there for everyone to see. Yep, I made that mistake. That's true. And honestly, it's good for me. It's good for me too. Because it reminds me, oh shit, you fuck up a lot. You make a lot of mistakes. And if you make them publicly, it's pretty hard not to have some humility about that. It's a good place to be, you know, to be reasonably humble. It's a pretty good fucking place to be. But it's also useful because other people make the same mistake, right? So having it up there, where people can criticize it, people can point out what the problems are, that's a good thing. That's useful. So, I won't be taking this down myself. So if this video disappears, you know what happened. You know, I'm not noting it in the title or anything, so they're gonna actually have to watch this video to see what I say. And at this point, I'm not talking about that anymore. I'm talking about how cute this rabbit is that I have. Mr. Mustache Man. Mustache Man! He does not know his name. Now he's just looking around because I whistled. He's like, what the hell? He's getting his cage clean, so he's in a... Oh, well, that's not a... Okay. He's standing on top of, like, a slanted roof of a little hutch, and he's slipping, and he's not understanding why, and now he fell off, and he winked at me. So yeah, there you go. See what happens, huh?